why stories inspire us so deeply, and the one true myth that they all actually point to. From Big Bro. Now, to understand why this is so significant, you need to understand that psychologists and historians have been studying this phenomenon of the hero's journey that pops up in stories and cultures throughout the world and throughout history over and over and over again. Because there's this human theme of this idea of like death and rebirth and eventual victory of good over evil. Now, most psychologists will reduce this to essentially nothing more than escapism, the human tendency toward a refusal to accept that life is essentially meaningless, we're all going to die, and there was no point anyway, so we have these fancy ideas that are fiction and fake that make life somehow have meaning. And maybe they're right. I can't pretend that I have not at points in my life found my way into nihilistic rabbit holes. But maybe they inspire us so deeply, not because we long for something fake that's not real, but because they connect us to a piece of ourselves that is connected to God. Maybe they inspire us so deeply because they give us a glimpse of something that's eternal and true. And this made me think of an idea from C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien that I've been sitting on for a while but haven't quite known how to put into words, which is that Christ is a myth, but he is the true myth. He is the myth that all other myths point to. And that maybe all of these other stories aren't just our collective need for escapism, but they're our collective connection to an eternal truth, which is of a God that came to us, sacrificed and died for us, and enabled us all to have our own hero's journey and our own happy ending. So maybe it is just a myth, but here's what I know. Because I chose to follow Christ and continue to, my heart, and therefore the very fabric of my reality, has been changed in ways that I did not change myself. And so for that, all that I could ever be is eternally grateful. Merry Christmas. Love you, bro.